Hey, shalom, call out, Yabashim, Shabashim, Kakadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles, of course, elders, bishops, brothers, elders, in the camps on down. Salaki got the hiccups. Back behind the wheel, as always, be on the move a lot. Yo, man, shit is fucked up out here. And the Lord gotta definitely return. Just off of, fuck the other type of sins and all of that. Just off of the lack of reproduction and men willing to breed with this new generation. Some total recall shit, like virtual dating and all that shit. So, couple testimonies. So I'm gonna start with the one. So I had this guy in my car, doing like a Uber, Lyft, drop off shit, whatever. So, we was kicking it, whatever. So he said, we started talking about foreign women. So I'm like, yo, which country you like? You know what I mean? So. He never been there, based off the internet. And he mentioned some African country. I forgot where, but he like, yeah, man, I think it was like Ethiopia or some shit. He was a young brother, like 22 or some shit, But I'm like, yo, what you like, what's your plans in life? Because you talk to these people on a level. Like, yo, so what you gonna go there and like marry one of them or something? He like, nah. Which he was halfway right, because you ain't supposed to marry no bitch. So like my allergies fucking with me. So I'm like, yo, what you gonna do then? He said, man, these are so beautiful, because the way he was describing them. Like, and he was like, man, I just want to go there and look at them. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Well, I ain't say that to him. But I'm like, look at him. He like, yeah, man, And don't get it fucked up. Like, a real beautiful woman, bitches be having makeup and all that shit. But I'm talking about a natural, real beautiful woman. You ain't never seen no shit like that. And the scripture says, a man loves nothing more than a beautiful woman, like really not. And then, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so she gotta kind of be beautiful to you. But the way these chicks tweak their beauty, all this makeup, all this crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all y'all bitches look the same. Then y'all don't really look like that in the morning or after you take a shower. So it's all deception. But these particular women, I forgot what country, but I agree with him. Like, yeah, man, hell yeah. But he was like, yeah, man, I just want to go over there and look at him. I'm like, look at him? He like, yeah, look at him. So I'm like, yo. And a 22-year-old back in the time I came up in, you ain't trying to look at no bitch that's fine as hell for too long. Like, yo, even me now, like, a certain type woman that I'm attracted to, like, I can't. Now, mentally, I got self-control, but physically, especially if I haven't been sexually active, like, I can't sit in her face for too long without my shit getting stiff. It's just like, and even if I try to ignore it, it'll start to really bother me to the point where it's like, I gotta get this fucking woman out of my face or perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's just natural. The Lord put that in us, and it goes back to, be fruitful and multiply. And that's what people don't do. You know what I'm saying? So they don't be fruitful and multiply. So he said, I want to look at it. I'm like, damn. And that goes back to, Because the Lord, how he set it up, he could do it other ways if he want. That's Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But how he set it up, like, yo, you're supposed to breed, you're supposed to have children, purposely or unpurposely. But I need y'all to fucking have children because, through y'all, I bring more people on the earth and prophets come back, and the wicked niggas come back, whatever, to fulfill prophecy. But it's like, yo, this young nigga said, I don't want to marry him or do nothing. And he wasn't gay. The nigga wasn't gay, bro. He was like, yo, I just want to look at him. So, yo, you fly fucking 2,000-3,000 miles away just to look at a bitch? But in his mind, he like, yeah. So these niggas is like the new serial killers. All they gotta do is catch their first body, and this shit gonna get turned up. Because if you recognize that behavior, that's the same behavior of like a serial killer. Then I got the brother Yaiquab, the AC brother. I've been kicking it with him lately. So his thing is, he want me to come check him out. Really, he want me to stay down there, but I ain't fucking staying down there. But he like, yo, check me out. So, the way he kind of slick or whatever, the way you get Jake to check you out, especially if they're giving you a hard time coming, you bring up, women is like a key tool to maneuver shit. So he like, yo, my wife got a sister. He showed me a picture of her before. She actually, Gad, I strongly believe she Gad. Gad had height to them. They was tall. A lot of them ain't had ass, but they had thighs, maybe titties or some shit like that. So this particular sister, I seen her before. So I'm like, yo, how's she coming along, this and that? Because he threw it back up to me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, what's up with her type shit? So he kind of told me. But I kind of happened, the ass. I'm like, yo, because when he first showed me a picture of her, just like 3-4 years ago. So I don't really be tripping off of bitches like that. Like, I don't never feel like I missed out on a woman. You know what I mean? Because with us knowing this truth, primarily, and then other things I got going on, like, yo, we the prize. Like, I never really feel like, yo, I missed that. Or like, because the Lord could just bring somebody similar to her back in the same spirit. Right? Only key thing that she's got. So this particular woman is tall. She like 6'3". She thicksy as hell. Like, simple-minded. And she thick, but not fat. And she got some big-ass melons on her, with a flat ass, but with thighs. So I'm thinking, like, she got long-ass hair, but she got kinky hair like her, but it's long as fuck. That's why I think she got high cheekbones and shit. So before I kind of like, pursue or like see, what he's talking about, whatever. I'm an inquisitive type brother. So I'm like, yo, ain't nobody down there. Because he's in, I ain't going to say where, but he's in the deep, dirty South. The end of the map type shit. So I'm like, yo, I know it's Jakes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, ain't nobody knocking that shit down. Because I'm surprised a motherfucker like this ain't got no dude by now. Or like, dealing in the mix. He like, nah. So I'm like, shit. So first thing come to my mind, Isaiah 4:1, Isaiah 13, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Because in my era, in the 90s, I had, not even, she's like and she's all natural, like, long ass hair, glowing skin. I think she like 24, 25 or some shit like that. But like, yo, in the 90s where I came up, like, it wasn't no fucking fine ass women, or like, even if they wasn't fine, Jake was trying to pop everything. You know what I mean? Even if they wasn't trying to wife it was just for the hell of it. But these new dudes, I'm like, yo, I had to think, like, with the sodomite spirit going around, like, a lot of Jake men, and I mean a lot, I think it's running like 40, 50%, damn near half of Jake men is just sodomites. Or if they not sodomites, they computer bug outs. And the last thing on their mind is like women. And I'm not saying make women a priority, but with your biological urges and shit like that the Lord naturally put in you. We wake up with stiffies and shit like that if you got good blood circulation. You know what I mean? You'll wake up with stiffies and all that shit. But man, I'm like, yo, I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, ain't nobody hitting that. Like, nobody, like, he like, nah. So I'm like, what the fuck? So, and the script, I had to, when I tried to make sense of it, I had to think back to the scriptures. So these women gonna be in trouble as far as Trump just passed a bill with the Section 8 cutting shit and all that. And them nigga woman was against him. He know that. The black man was for him, but the nigga woman was against him. So he probably about to send some shit straight up their alley, hit them full direct. Really, it's the Lord, but, on a surface level, Trump, you know what I'm saying, hit them straight direct. So I'm like, damn, like, these jakes out here, they not sexually active. They probably watch like hella porn or some shit, if that. But they not sexually active. They not socially active. They don't know how to interact and deal with a woman. They just like computer fucking bug outs or sodomites. So the woman not only gonna, and this one thing about the black woman, they don't know, like, the only race that's really, yeah, you got a couple white guys here and there, but the only race that's really willing to really fucking date you on some shit is the so-called black man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of brothers is just like jumping ship on them bitches. For real. So I'm just like, I'm gonna wrap it up, but I'm like, man, had some not young up in me, so you probably like want my speech like that. But the point still stand. But I'm keeping it funky with you. Like, I had a couple sips of yaya. But yeah, man. The women is like, not only they gonna hit for their resources, they gonna get hit for their sexual activities. They gonna be sexually frustrated out this bitch in a minute. And a lot of them is like unattractive. Like, a lot of, like, especially the nigga woman is like big as fuck. Not just chubby. Like, some of them is like, God, like hippopotamus type shit. So even if you wanted to smash, like, after you smash, your self-esteem is gonna go straight to the fucking bottomless pit when you look up and see what you just done. So, like, man, like, shit is fucked up out here. And I'm like, damn, you got actual, and that's why when you hear these younger women complaining, like, I'm not dating no fucking, she not really talking about millennials, like, dudes of my generation. When you hear these women, like, complaining, like, like, these lame ass niggas, they broke, and these, like, yeah, they talk about, men, period, but really they talk about, because I'm telling you, this new era of men, they are we get on a woman, but these new era of men, they are fucked. Bro, they fucked. There's no way the brother, You know, the Gadite chick. There's no fucking way. And he in like a deep southern type country. I think if she was more up here, she probably would have been got grabbed up. Or at least been getting some rod or something. But like, I don't give a fuck where you at on the planet. Your urge to reproduce and have sex is like in you. It's a monster. Especially when you're a young man. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, this world is fucked, man. The birth rate's gonna dwindle hard. So the Lord gotta come back. Or no flesh should be saved. Not just as far as destruction. Motherfuckers just should stop breeding after a while. And the kids that's around now that's 19 and 20 and 16, I don't even want to see what the fuck they kids look like. I mean, for real, I'll just rather check out. Because this shit is like depressing. Because, you know, it said with much wisdom comes much grief. The truth, when you really know the truth on a full scale, when you see shit, you be like, God damn. And you be overwhelmed, you know, just to stomach it. But, you know, the Lord keep us strong and we march on. So with that, shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat.